What's up, people? It is another beautiful day here in Raleigh. It is a lot warmer than I expected it to be this time of the year, but I really can't complain. The topic for today is water. Basically, what we're trying to do here is transform this truck into a homemade water truck. We've already got this water pump here capable of running a serious amount of water through a 2-inch hose. I'm not sure on the exact gallons per minute, but we've used it on a few projects now, cleaning out some storm drain, and it's worked really well for our needs. So we've got the tank, we've got the pump. What the goal is for today is to make this setup as user-friendly as possible. The way it is right now, we use this green suction hose here going in the top of the tank. And if you've used one of these pumps before, you know priming them can be a little bit difficult. So I'm hoping that we can eliminate the priming issue by coming directly off the bottom of the tank here and going straight into the intake. And doing that, I'm hoping the amount of head pressure when this tank is full will force water down into the pump, and it'll be self-priming as soon as you turn it on. So got a few items laid out on the bed of the truck here. Some of these are for different projects but still pertaining to water. I got another super cool little thing here I'm excited to show you guys. I've got an idea for using this DC electric winch on my boom here to try to essentially take it from being a full manual, they call it a strong arm boom, and turn it into somewhat of a hydraulic boom. I'm hoping using this winch in combination with our hose and that boom, it's got a remote, it should turn our digging process into a one-man operation. I shouldn't require my brother as often to move that suction hose around, get it off the ground. So yeah, that's something I'm really excited about. I think I'm gonna make a dedicated video to that alone. But we will start with water today. I've got a few different things laying around here. This one, they call these banjo style, cam locker style fittings. I'm trying out the plastic. You can get it in aluminum, which we have on our other hose up there. But I'm gonna try the plastic ones. They're less than $20 a piece. If we can get a good amount of life out of them, I'm thinking this is the way. The plastic ones are a little bit easier for taking on and off than the aluminum ones, since plastic is, it has a little more give to it. So as long as we can get a good seal on these guys, this is what we're gonna be rocking. To start things off, I'll get this put on our tank here so we can figure out how much of that green hose we need before I go cutting. So we'll get this on here snug. I think I like that. We can close those. Let's get one more full rotation maybe. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, as you can see here, I got this hose sitting in the end of my exhaust pipe. I was hoping the heat from the exhaust on the truck would loosen this up a little bit and make it a little easier to get this barb end in here. What I ended up doing is just cutting this piece in half. I couldn't make a good decision on how really long I wanted it, but I know if I cut it in half, both of these are still usable sections. So we'll start with trying to get this barb in here as far as we can. Might help to take the sticker off. Then we'll just kind of keep trying to work this thing on there. I had a feeling this is going to be tough, so I grabbed a good piece of wood and my hammer. There we go. I'd be willing to bet that thing's not coming out. Got my hose clamp ready to go. This is just a precaution in this case. If you saw how hard it was to get this thing in here, I don't think it's coming back off. But hopefully this hose clamp will get small enough. I just kind of made a quick decision in the store. Get that on there tight, but not too tight to cut through the plastic, and I'd say that's perfect. Now we can slide that in there, close these, and open the tank, and it should automatically fill up our pump here. Okay, our second goal for the day is to turn this long blue 2-inch hose into another usable 50-foot section of fire hose with both ends on it, so that we can have 2 hoses, one for filling the tanks, I guess, and then the other stays attached to the pump for whatever we're doing. One of my buddies gave me this hose. He got a new shop where he works on ATVs, 4-wheelers, side-by-side, stuff like that, and this is one of the things that was laying around, and he was nice enough to give it to me. I'd assume it's probably 100 feet altogether, but there's a few little spots that aren't looking so good. So got my measuring tape pulled out here on the best looking 50-foot section I could find. Doesn't appear that there's any holes, but I mean, a free hose, if there's 1 or 2 holes in it, can't really be a bad deal. And this is just going to be a backup as well, so does not have to be perfect. We'll go ahead and make a clean cut right here. That looks good. We'll go to our other end. And there's 50 feet, so we're gonna do 51 since we're overachievers. Make it that much better than our other 50-foot hose. Got my hose ends ready to go. We'll slap those on real quick, and that'll be a nice quick and easy project. Should be quick and simple. I'm assuming they'll fit in here a little bit easier. Get that open. Hose clamp first. Shove this down inside. Ooh, that's not easy. Okay, got that scooted all the way up to the top in a position where I feel good about it. Sticker off the hose clamp. I love it when they put stickers in good spots like this. This should be good. There we go. Get that snug on there, but not too snug. And I'd say that's good. Go ahead and grab the other side. This side's a little bit different. Okay, I might end up having to heat this hose up with my exhaust like I did the last one. Toss one of these band clamps on, or hose clamp. And try to wiggle our way to the top. Sweet. Get it right in between those 2 little ribs we saw on there when we had it off. That's on there super tight. Sweet. Now we have two 50-foot sections of hose. This hose I bought from the Ditch Witch dealership. I want to say it was like 70 bucks for that hose complete, ready to go. But definitely gonna go with this style in the future. I've looked on Facebook Marketplace. You can find that 2-inch hose used for, I mean, pennies per foot of that stuff. So the fittings on each end, I want to say they were each about between $15 and $18. So can't complain about that. May have to end up adding an extra hose clamp on each side of that, but we'll try it like this and see how long it lasts. We are about to get going on adding the fill port to this tank here. Got a couple pre-cut sticks from Home Depot. These are 2-inch by 2 feet sticks, and I did a little bit of test fitting. I think I should only have to cut one. That'll make things nice and easy. I've already put it together kind of how I'm thinking. So basically, yeah, just using these 3 sticks of PVC, 2 90s, 145, and then a threaded coupler to go on the end so I can attach our cam locking ends like this for our fire hose. So this is the kind of rough idea I had in my head here. It only took a couple minutes. The only thing I had left over was probably 16 inches, 14 inches worth of one of these 2-foot sticks. So if you were trying to replicate this, you could easily do it with just the 2-foot sticks. What I would have done is just move this up, or I guess take the 4-6 inches that I took for this off of here, and it's just going to raise your port up a little bit more. My thinking was I wanted this to be as low as possible since it's going to be up in the truck. So whenever we go to connect our hoses like I have here, just walk right up, get that on there, press that down, and press that down. So the other end of this hose would be connected to your fire hydrant, whatever you're getting water from, and it should go right up here and into the top of the tank. Here we have the completed water truck. This is the idea that I've been dreaming up for a little while now, since we've started using these tanks pretty frequently on a lot of our projects. I'd like to say everything here together is well with under $1,000. Probably paid $200 for our water tank. I think the pump, it is a 2-inch trash pump. Got that for about $250 off of Facebook Marketplace. Both of the hoses, I mean, they're $50 or less between the two of them, so I believe we're sitting at around $550. The suction hose, you can find that for 50 bucks. So we're sitting at around 600 bucks. And then I would say probably another 50 for the rest of the fittings and those PVC pieces to put the finishing touches on it. So realistically, you're sitting around $700 or less to have 250 gallons of usable water here. Make sure it's actually on. There we go. Open this back up. All right, now that I've got that shut, you can tell this whole hose is completely full of water. That took a matter of seconds for it to prime and get ready to go. So I'm gonna throttle up this pump and just show you guys what this thing is capable of with a 2-inch trash pump. Okay, so as you can see from that little test, that is extremely successful. I was able to blast well over there into the woods, reach the top of this tree here. You could equate this to a miniature fire truck. Okay, so I said we weren't going to be able to do a full test, but I was just able to find this in our toolbox, and it should be exactly what we need to complete this circuit. So I'm going to loosely put this on here. I'm always very careful when using something that's got metal threads and plastic threads together. It's just way too easy to strip those plastic threads right off. So put that on there like so. Grab the end of our hose. I switched back into my boots. Don't be an idiot like me and convince yourself that it's a good idea to wear your brand new tennis shoes while doing anything that could be remotely dirty. So get this up in here. Close one of these if we can. It is kind of a funny angle, makes it tough to get these on. All right, I'm confident that that's on there pretty good. Flop the rest of our hose over. And I'll get this thing turned back on to show you guys what I'm talking about. Never tell what's on and what's off on this thing. Get up here, you can see we've got a serious amount of water going into the tank.